King Mabel was the largest and most feared superstar in the World Wrestling Federation entering SummerSlam 95. With his King of the Ring tournament win and subsequent dominance, many believe he is the one to knock Champion Diesel from the WWF throne. The Heartbreak Kid returned from an injury hiatus to regain the Intercontinental Championship for the third time at In Your House 2. But another three-time champion looks to recreate one of the most iconic experiences in all of pro wrestling history, a WrestleMania 10 rematch, a ladder match for the championship. Jerry the King Lawler remains hell-bent on making life miserable for Bret the Hitman Hart as he meets his evil dentist, Dr. Isaac Yankem, DDS. The Undertaker defeated IRS at the Royal Rumble, but Ted DiBiase's corporation got away with the urn. He defeated King Kong Bundy at WrestleMania, briefly regaining possession of the urn before DiBiase's stable repossessed it again. Alundra Blaze regained the Women's Championship on Raw, the night after WrestleMania from Bull Nakano, where she was attacked and sidelined by Bertha Faye. At this edition of SummerSlam, they battle over the women's title. 1, 2, 3 Kid faces Hakushi. Barry Horowitz goes one-on-one with Skip. Hunter Hearst Helmsley's SummerSlam debut against Bob Holly, and the Smoking Guns take on the Blue Brothers. The first match of SummerSlam 95 would be Hakushi versus the 1, 2, 3 Kid. Hakushi obtained an early advantage by performing a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Both wrestlers displayed a variety of aerial techniques. As the bout continued, the Kid avoided a diving headbutt and retaliated with a series of offensive moves. The Kid attempted to execute his signature move, a spinning crescent kick, but Hakushi countered it with a ninbutsu bomb and achieved the pin. Hunter Hearst Helmsley, later known as Triple H, Paul Levesque, confronted Bob Holly in the second match. This marked Helmsley's WWF pay-per-view wrestling debut. As the bout neared its conclusion, Holly took control with a string of dropkicks. He tried to throw Helmsley into the corner, but Helmsley countered, then executed his pedigree finisher and secured the pin. A tag team match was next on the agenda. The Smoking Guns, Bart Gunn and Billy Gunn, faced off against the Blue Brothers, Jacob Blue and Eli Blue, with their manager Uncle Zebekiah present at ringside. The Blue Brothers held the advantage for the majority of the match, frequently tagging each other to overpower Billy. Billy finally managed to make an essential tag to Bart, who swiftly took over but was struck in the face by Jacob. Bart regained dominance, pushing Jacob into Eli. The Guns performed their Sidewinder finishing maneuver for the pinfall. The following match featured Barry Horowitz facing Skip from the Body Donnas, who was managed by Sonny. Horowitz had bested Skip in multiple encounters just prior to SummerSlam. This match marked both the competitors and Sonny's debut on a WWF pay-per-view. Horowitz gained the upper hand at the beginning and maintained control for a significant portion of the match. Numerous illegal disruptions from Sonny briefly allowed Skip to take the advantage. Ultimately, Hakushi arrived at ringside. He diverted Skip's attention long enough for Horowitz to achieve a roll-up pinfall and secure the victory. The subsequent match was for the Women's Championship. Bertha Faye, under the management of Harvey Whippleman, faced off against Alundra Blaze. The momentum shifted back and forth numerous times. Ultimately, Faye managed to execute a powerbomb on Blaze and secure a pin, claiming the Women's Championship. Next was the casket match featuring Kama, accompanied by manager Ted DiBiase, and The Undertaker, accompanied by manager Paul Bearer. The Undertaker gained an early advantage. Kama escaped from the casket multiple times and shifted the momentum with a leaping punch from the top rope. Kama then dominated the match. At one moment, The Undertaker clotheslined Kama, causing both competitors to fall over the top rope into the casket, where the lid closed, but the match proceeded until a victor was determined. The Undertaker ultimately evaded a clothesline, executed a chokeslam, followed by a tombstone piledriver, and subsequently rolled Kama into the casket, shut the lid, and was proclaimed the winner. The subsequent match featured Isaac Yankem facing Bret the Hitman Hart. This marked Yankem's debut as well as his first WWF pay-per-view appearance. Yankem executed multiple power moves to secure an early advantage over Hart. A failed charge to the turnbuckle shifted the momentum in favor of Hart. Eventually, Yankem managed to catch Hart in midair and slam him onto the top rope. After a while, he exited the ring. Hart made a running leap onto him and then slammed his head against the steps. Hart locked in the sharpshooter, but Yankem was able to reach the ropes to break free. Jerry Lawler stepped away from his broadcasting role to distract Hart, allowing Yankem to gain the advantage and slammed Hart into the stairs. Nevertheless, Hart succeeded in throwing Yankem off the top rope as he attempted a risky move. Further interference from Lawler ultimately resulted in Yankem's disqualification. However, Hart found himself with his head caught in the ropes while Lawler and Yankem tugged on his feet to choke him. The second to last match of the evening was a ladder match featuring Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels for the Intercontinental Championship. This was a rematch from their highly acclaimed ladder match at WrestleMania 10. Amidst some exchanges, both competitors attempted their finishing moves, but were successful in avoiding them each time. Razor managed to go outside and get the ladder, but while trying to ascend it, Michaels kicked him down. The contest fluctuated, with both wrestlers climbing the ladder only to be thrown off. Ramon initiated a plan targeting Michaels' left leg, twisting it in the ladder and repeatedly dropping his boot and the ladder on it. Eventually, Michaels gained an upper hand with a suplex from the ladder followed by multiple aerial maneuvers. However, when Michaels attempted a splash from the highest point of the ladder, Ramon evaded the impact. Ultimately, Ramon managed to seize Michaels as he climbed the ladder and transformed it into a razor's edge. Razor could not take advantage of the moment, and when he went for a second razor's edge, Michaels countered by tossing him out of the ring. Michaels then ascended the ladder and retrieved the championship belt, winning the match. Ramon returned to the ring, handed the belt to Michaels, and shook his hand. The final match of SummerSlam 95 was contested between King Mabel and Diesel for the WWF Championship. Mabel gained the upper hand early on. At one point, Mabel executed a sit splash onto Diesel's back, causing real injury. Eventually, the referee was taken out. Sir Mo and Mabel then performed a double-team move on Diesel. Lex Luger appeared from backstage to assist but was inadvertently struck by Diesel during the melee and sent back down. Ultimately, Luger succeeded in eliminating Mo from the contest. Diesel managed to secure victory with an unusual aerial maneuver of a clothesline from the second rope. Lex Luger departed the World Wrestling Federation, making a shocking appearance on the debut edition of WCW Monday Nitro. The Undertaker concluded his feud with Ted DiBiase's corporation and began one with King Mabel. Bret Hart's conflict with Dr. Isaac Yankem continued for several months, leading to a steel cage match. At the following pay-per-view, in Your House 3, tripleheader, all titles would be on the line in a tag team match between WWF and Intercontinental Champions, Diesel, and Shawn Michaels, versus tag team champions, Owen Hart, and Yokozuna, where the winner wins the title of the man who suffers the pinfall.